Welcome. Stop. Just wanted to give an update on my 68 Chevelle, whether I think it was a good purchase or not, and what I learned so far. But before we do that, just want to give a little background on why I made the purchase in the first place. So, ever since I was a little boy, I always loved cars. Whether it was foreign or domestic, I loved them all. I always wanted to learn how to drive. I always wanted basically every damn car there was that looked good. But I was a kid, I couldn't afford it. But now I'm a old raggedy man and I could buy some of the things I want. So I pulled the trigger. I remember being 5 and my dream car was a Lamborghini Countach. I know that's not how you say it, but that's the way I did, and I'll still say it. I believe it's pronounced Countach, but it's still Countach to me. And I made model cars. I used to paint them, put them on display, and man, those were just some lovely times, you know. But as an adult, I always ended up with raggedy cars. I was grateful for them. They were still raggedy. And but not one. I had my nice one was a '97 Eldorado. That's my baby. I love her to death. I still got her, and I'm gonna fix her up and restore her one day. So, in the comments, tell me what your dream car was. Did you end up getting it? And what you end up driving then and what you're driving now? I would love to know. Alright? So, back to the Chevelle. What I learned so far is it's gonna be a lot more money than I thought it would be. When I purchased it, it was for a good price. I paid under $5,000 for it. It's a solid vehicle. Came with everything. If I were to sell it now, I could still get way more than I paid for it. I had a body man come out to check out the vehicle and give me a rough estimate, and it was a lot. And basically, I damn near got to replace all the sheet metal on the car, which I was ignorant to the fact. I thought we could just sand it down, throw some Bondo on it, paint it, and good to go. But you know, he told me a lot about how rust, you know, you can't keep just a tiny bit around. It's gonna come back and destroy the vehicle. And also, you know, it's a easy, cheap way to do things, and it's a, you know, right way to do things, which is way more expensive. So that's the route I'm gonna choose. Then I also learned about frame off restorations, which, you know, is way more detailed and way more expensive, but that's mainly for like matching number vehicles, you know, if the engine matches the VIN, the transmission and whatnot, and you basically restore it back to its original state, and it's worth way more money. But thankfully, my vehicle is not original matching numbers, so I can restore it however I want to, and I'm totally fine with that, you know. And another thing is, you know, I probably would have saved a little more money if I just bought one that was already complete, already done. But then I also wouldn't know the history of the vehicle, you know, whether it had some shady work done to it that was covered up, if the paint looked nice, you know, whether the rust was gonna pop back up underneath, you know. Those are things I wouldn't know. So by me doing, you know, this from the ground up myself, I know every intricate detail about the car and how I want it done and customized my way. You know, if I would have bought it already done, it would have been someone else's touch. I'm basically like, the most I could change is probably the paint. But now I could basically change, choose, pick everything. So I think that's a little more fun, and plus it's my money and I'm gonna spend it how I want to. So as far as the engine, what I also learned was, the guy that sold it to me said it was a 350, which I would have been cool with. But come to find out, it's a 305. Now, I'm not a speed demon or anything, but I don't think the 305 would do a muscle car justice, right? I mean, when it comes to clothes, I like one horse on my chest, but for cars, I'm gonna need that U.S. Polo Association. I'm gonna need a couple horses in there. So now I have to decide whether I want to go old school carbureted, like a 396, 454, 383 stroker. But I think those are like way expensive, and I can't even imagine getting into the crate. But I'm talking about used is expensive. Or go new school with a EFI, electronic fuel injection, LS, like a 5.3 or 6.0. I think those prices might be better, but that's the decision I'm gonna have to make. So give me your thoughts, give me your input, any advice you may have, and we can help each other along this path. But that's what I got so far. Next episode, probably looking to finding out where to go or where to buy the sheet metal for the body work, and also whatever other parts I need to start trying to get the car on the road. Other than that, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Peace.
Turn the lights off.
God damn it.